Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Feels very, very strange if I'm honest. It's currently Wednesday. We've had a bank holiday Monday, so I've done one day of work and now I'm off again. The trailer is hitched up because we are heading, the ponies are in as well, hence the gate open. Ponies are in eating their breakfast and I've loaded the car up. I think I've got a poo in here that I need to clear out from the weekend. Have I? Yes. And fill up her hay net because we have got a little bit of a journey to go today. We are heading to Oakhampton to the Grange Equestrian Centre, and I'm actually trying to think. I think I might have done show jumping there with Sprite many moons ago, but otherwise don't think I have been there. I don't think I have. I always get a little bit confused between the Grange and Talltrees. But I went to Talltrees recently with Addie show jumping. Well, I say recently, back in March, April, something like that. But we're heading there for a CPD training day. It has been organised by the British Horse Society and it is open to the public to come and view. There's also like for coaches as well. There's question and answers that you can do and there are various sessions all throughout the day. It is with an instructor called Jane Smart, who I have never had a lesson with. So looking forward to that. So I'm being like a demo rider basically. Just something completely different. Had it come into my inbox and I thought, yeah, that would be really cool to be part of. I'm going to be honest, I am travelling solo, so I'm very much hoping that I will be able to find somebody up there that can take the camera for me and film. Very much hoping, otherwise this is a complete waste of time because there won't be any footage for you guys and all it will be is my start and ending and that'll be all it is. Our session is at 11:30 and we are in, so they're doing like a pole, like flat work, then moving the flat work into the pole work and then assessing new combinations, which is what I'm in, and then it's jumping a course later in the day and I think it's like pitfalls of jump offs as well, so I'm welcome to stay up there for the day if I want to. So I'm just going to see kind of how it goes, how Addie is. Really looking forward to it. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away, so not too far at all, which is nice, but it's just something completely different and I'm like, oh yeah, I mean this week is going to completely throw me out with having like the odd days off, but no, really looking forward to it and seeing what it involves. The BHS is hoping to put on more of these, so if this is something that you like the look of, that you would like to attend, not necessarily as a demo rider but as a spectator, because I think it will be really valuable and educational. I think it's going to be really good. Then do screenshots, some bits of this vlog, put it on your stories, tag the British Horse, tag me, we'll reshare it so that they know that there is that appetite, because yes, it's down here in Oakhampton today, but it could be anywhere around the UK. So yeah, get sharing guys. I'm just going to clean that out, get Addie loaded up and we will get on our merry way.
And to start with, because she is a professor, we come off the first corner and we do one.
We have arrived, so you will have just seen, I did a little pan around in there because there was a session on at the moment. There's a little warm-up area, so I'm going to go get Addie ready, get myself changed. And I'm the only one in the group, which I didn't quite realise. I thought it was going to be a couple, but it is only me. But very much looking forward to this, and I was just speaking to Lisa and finding out sort of the backstory of this. So as you saw up in the gallery, there was tickets available and they're trying to branch down further down this way because there isn't much training available, so it's continuous professional development, CPD, and any coaches that are here, accredited coaches, they can earn 6 CPD points. So I think there's only a handful of actually public people, but the rest of them are coaches. So they come and they learn off of Jane. So Jane is the highest level of coach that you can get. She's actually in there at the moment. On that grey is her daughter, so knows who that is. And a couple of ladies just before me have been in and they've had regular lessons with Jane. So my session is to go in there as a brand new combination and for her to assess me, and I was just finding out a little bit about her, like less is more, so it's going to be really interesting. Actually, it's going to be really interesting to see how Addie takes it in there. It's quite loud, her microphone. I was going to mic, but I'm almost wondering whether I need to worry about putting a mic on or not, because I think you actually are going to hear her quite well, and I don't know if it's going to sound even worse when you put the microphone on. So maybe we won't bother because you can hear her really clearly. I don't know what has gone on with this tangle here. Addie did come in quite wet because we had some rain this morning, which is, yeah, very, very good. I was actually woke up by the rain and it was a delightful, I need to do 2 hands for that, don't I? It was a delightful sound. I actually videoed it and was like, oh, rain. But yeah, we'll get her out, give her a quick little groom off. She's not actually too bad, are you? Hey, are you going to be a good girl? This is going to be really, really good for you, isn't it? Then Lisa is very kindly going to film for me as well. So all is good. There is going to be content for you guys. See how we get on. But I am just going to get ourselves ready. Get Addie ready. Get her looking a little bit smarter. And then, yeah, we will get in there. We've got to be warmed up, ready to go in. So, yeah, about 20 minutes, get on and get in there. Oh, I'm excited, Addie. First time doing something like this. It's exciting and nice to do something completely different, and also stretching those comfort zones a little bit, riding in front of a few people, and yeah, it's definitely going to be stretching the comfort zone. My heart rate's starting to go, but relax, we'll be fine. It's just a lesson, just with a few more people watching. And it's funny, isn't it, because I put it out on YouTube, but I suppose a live thing compared to being on YouTube, slightly different. Anyways, I do look actually proper quite scruffy. I don't want to get dirty, but yeah, we will get changed, get her ready, and then get on. And we are ready to go, aren't we? Hey, not looking too bad considering you came in rather muddy from the field earlier. I'm all changed up, repping my own little brand. And then yeah, thought these would be the perfect breeches. These are the Mountain Horse Diana ones. I'm just going to go in. Looks like everyone's having a little break. And we're just going to get into the warm up and warm ourselves up, have a little walk, got canter. And hopefully she's not too spooky at being in the arena. We can hope, can't we? Gorgeous girl. Come on then. We were in an indoor for a little while. Oh no, we warmed up indoors at Coleraine at the weekend. We should be fine. But it's good for you to come to different places, isn't it? There we go. Nice. Good girl, and there's a mountain block. Good girl.
So she's not doing a whole lot wrong at the level that she's at. So I think if you go in a bit gung-ho and say, we're going to change this, we're going to change that, we're going to change the bridle, and do all those things, you know, 90% of the time you don't need to do that. You just need to shut your mouth, which I find quite difficult. Shut your mouth and just see what's in front of you. Oh, she groans when she moves, doesn't she? Yeah, when she stands still, she looks like a little horse. Doesn't look so much like a little horse anymore. What did you say? How old did you say she is?
She's 8.
Okay. So old enough to have done a bit, without having done loads. And Emily, just looking around the jumps, probably a silly question, but looking around the jumps, quite happy with this to start with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you think anything would take her eye or make your life difficult in here?
Sorry, say that again.
Would you look at any of this and think, oh, that might give me a problem, or this might give me a problem?
No, not like that, to be honest with you. I think once she jumps one jump, then she'll realise that we're jumping.
Yes.
Probably be before and after in the corners, and she'll be more spooky.
Okay. So, we've got Emily sat in a nice place, I have to say. I know I wouldn't be wanting to change too much about where she's sitting at the moment. Just be a little bit careful, Emily, that you don't use your spur all the time. It's very easy to do. And if you just keep your toe in a little bit, you'll keep your spur out a little bit, and then it's more off your leg. It's quite nice, it's quite a balanced canter. I can see that she would probably like to get on her forehand a bit. She slightly hides in her chest, doesn't she?
She does. She's slightly built down.
Yeah. Gets a little bit behind the vertebral and hides back here. So again, go back to, I don't know what Emily does on a weekly basis, because I don't know. But again, that work that we were doing with Susie to strengthen her, you'd probably be using little bits like that, because the stronger the horse gets, the more she's going to be able to carry that front end. Remember somebody saying to us once, if you had a heavy suitcase, you wouldn't hold it out there, would you? You'd hold it in here, because it's easier to hold it close to your body. Horse's head is quite heavy, was very heavy, compared to the other bones in his body. So when the neck is a little bit weak, they tend to hide in there. She obviously finds it difficult to be uphill in her canter, or less easy, should I say, to be uphill in her canter, so she hides her head a little bit behind the vertical, because she thinks that's the easiest thing to do. She's a horse. So, Emily, just as you're working that canter, one of my favourite things on the flat would be to go canter, walk canter. Really? Would that be something that would be in her repertoire?
No.
Okay, so we're not expecting it to be perfect at all. But for me, every time you go from the canter to the walk, they have to put their hind legs underneath them and basically bend the joints of their hind legs and sit down, which is going to lift the withers up. And then every time you move forwards from the walk to the canter, again, hind legs go underneath them and push them in the air. She said, what are you talking about? Why aren't we trotting properly? So go again and just give her as much warning as you can. You know, plenty of half holds. Try not to use your rein any more than you have to.
Okay.
So it's all about drawing to her with your body, letting your heel down, straightening your back, just employing those stomach muscles, so the horse starts to recognise that as part of an aid. And then when you jump that massive triple bar and you're going down to a set of planks and you want them to wait for you on their hocks, heels first, upper body nice and tall, then use the rein and say come back. So let's just have your leg on a little bit in that canter a minute. Tell her that she's still cantering, and then take a little bit of a half hold and slow the canter down, but don't trot. Don't trot, just slow it down, just for a few strides, and then go forward again. It's very good. Okay? Okay. When you've done that work and you've put her back on her hocks a little bit, when you ride forward uphill. Don't let the reins go and go, we've just done that, made you work quite hard and made you a bit more balanced, and now I'm going to throw it all out the window. So, slow down a little bit, just collect the canter a little bit, don't overdo it so she doesn't get too tense. Never mind, ask her to come again. Run a hand down her neck, tell her she's fine, you're just doing things that she's not quite okay with. So, just close the canter down, nothing too amazing, just close the canter down. 4 or 5 strides and then go forward again, go forward uphill. Okay, and then do it again. So, perhaps not quite so many strides this time, because actually she closes down very well, very good. So then let her go forwards and out of it before it falls apart. And again, yeah, and then let it go forward, but forward uphill. Very good, much better there. And then those first 2 strides obviously are very important, and then every stride after, keep that in your mind that you're cantering uphill. And then this time, just do that again. Hey? Yeah. Just close it, go, never mind, go again. Keep your leg on a little bit more and say, I'm slowing you down, I don't want you to break. And that might make her a bit tight and make her pull a little bit. There we are, good. And then go forwards again. And that, that might slightly destroy the canter. Let her have a walk a minute, Emily. That might slightly destroy it for a minute because you put your leg on a bit stronger and you said, I don't want you to break. You've got to stay in canter. So for me, that would be a big concentration, would be to just, I've shelved the idea of canter walk because we're not there. So we're going to go from a bigger canter to a smaller canter. That's good, get out of it before she breaks. That's it. Remember, she doesn't know what we want, so we've got to be clever and get out of that smaller canter before she breaks. Well done, Emily, much better. So that she gets the idea of what we're looking for. And slowly, make it better and better. Good. But did anybody see that? Did anybody see why? So you've got to keep your leg there a little bit more than you want to at the moment, so that you say to her, don't break. That's it. Straighten your, dump that heel down, straighten your back, close your canter down a little bit, don't break, don't break, don't break, go forwards, well done. Go forwards uphill, don't go forwards downhill. So that's rider discipline that you've absolutely, good, have a walk. You've absolutely got in your head what you want into the transition, out of the transition, so you're 100% clear. Well done. Good, good, that's it. Change onto correctly, you come again. Good canter. It's active. It's balanced as it's going to be for a minute. Thinking forward. Okay. Okay. Let me make it an upright. Is that normal, her?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I put it down a couple. Or she might shout at me. Okay, so come again. Tell yourself the canter that you have in the last 4 or 5 strides is what you're going to take into your jump.
Okay.
So you've got to keep that quality of canter all the way in. That's it. Have that connection from your leg into the rein so she knows where you are, you know where she is. Keep the canter. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Okay, better. What didn't get there quite then again, you know, now you go to the toss-up between feel and seeing a stride. Emily had a better feel of that canter there. It was a bit more active. She didn't let it die here, which it had done before, so the outcome of that, she had a better stride. She was a bit closer when she got there. Good. Okay, good job. Very good. So you're coming off a slightly shorter approach, which should put the horse on a hind leg a little bit more anyway, theory says. Good, keep counter. Keep counter. Lovely, lovely. See that little horse just read that fence then as she came off the corner? That's what she does, is it, Emily? Does she just cramp a little bit behind and have the fence behind? So we're just jumping once more and then we'll talk about that. Keep your leg on in that canter all the way through the corner. Okay, let her have a little walk a minute. So just let her have a circle a minute because she's been stood still now for 10 minutes. So let her think she's back to work. Good. Good. You like that? You remember to keep your legs on, didn't you? Oh, good. That's it. Do I have contained power? That's the definition of impulsion, isn't it? Contained power. Okay. And then we're going to keep the rider discipline, so you're going to ride a little bit of a better corner when you land as well. Just in case, because in a minute, you're going to have to turn and come back to that green thing there. So you've got to have balance. Talk me through that.
I actually felt like I went quite well.
That should, in theory, jumping into the distance a bit more, makes it a bit easier to get out to the other end. So, have I got my leg around her? Am I sort of cuddling my horse with my legs so she goes up into the end of the bridle? Good. And then finish that properly. Yeah, and then canter away. Yeah, jolly good. So again, we go back to this morning's work, and for me, we need to put some changes in there. Will she do a flying change, Emily? Canter you want to take off in is the canter you come underneath the clock in. That's it, that connection from your leg to your rein. Up, 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 up. That's it, and balance and support and help her in front as well. Keep the canter, keep your leg on. Good. Okay, think about that in a minute. Okay, just rebalance your canter, put your weight down into your heel. Oh, she said that is a terrifying thing.
That was the taste.
Yeah,
Like.
just come again.
On you.
There's horses that are logical, aren't they? She's obviously done a decent ditch somewhere on the line, but that little black filler, that's a terrifying thing. So, right, a little bit stronger up into your rein. Oh, she's got sorry, opening that. Okay, so, what that made you do actually, was it made you just make that connection a bit better, didn't it?
Stronger.
Yeah, I think that's where the jump grabs a little bit behind sometimes, you know, going back to that vertical there, is that we need that connection that bit more. She needs to be a coiled spring to then be able to release and come up in the air. And at the moment that spring's a bit flat, and so it requires a little bit more riding on your behalf. You know, you've trained her really nicely, she's got a lovely mouth, she's got a good canter, so there's no reason why you couldn't put a little bit more oomph and impulsion into that canter. It might make her make an odd mistake in front for a minute, but I think it would make the jump bolder and better from one end to the other.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's that. So we go do that again, the same fences that you've just done, and then I think just for the sake of it, oh, I was going to go back on that, come back over this to change the rein again, and then you can go and jump the double, couldn't you? But I'm going to put a back rein on that because, as I said, we want not too many verticals. But again, you know, be careful, because it depends who you've got and how they're going and what they're doing as to when you get in there with your back rails and how brave you get with your back rails. When you've got a rider that you're confident in and you think, well, she's all right, you know, she's going to ride okay, she's not going to pull to the bottom, she's going to keep going forward. I can make the options a bit wider and get that horse to jump a bit more. Why can you never find a collapsible cut when you want one? As we said just now, a little bit more punch in that canter, a little bit more connection. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When you went up there last time, you knew you had to move, didn't you?
Yeah.
The process was absolutely right. If you're in the dressage and you were told to go to E in collected canter, and then go from E to K in medium canter, there is no way you would go into medium canter, because you get 3, because you've dropped on his forehand. You jumped into that distance and thought, I need to go. Just go at that distance. And then you lose that connection, and then you lose the power in your jump, and then you lose that back end. So you ride it into the rein. And it will probably feel a bit overdone.
Yeah.
You'll think, oh no, I'm hanging on. But then you find that middle ground. So, just practice that coming down here. Just get a bit of canter up into your hand. That's it, thinking almost towards medium canter. Am I supporting the front end? Are my legs around the middle? Am I keeping the connection? Yes, into the connection. Oh, Emily's great. She does what you said. Put your inside leg on. Support. Yeah, good. You've kept your leg on now. Just balance that canter a little bit. Tip her back onto a hops a little bit as you go. legs on. Oh, super job, well done again. Very good, very good. Super job. Did that feel a little bit like returning your hat backwards and flying down the mountain?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But I definitely felt going over the fence, I even kept contact.
Yes, yes, you're there all the time.
Even when we were close to that one, I still feel like I'm together.
Yes, yes. Couple of times she got a little bit on the forehand. Out of this corner here to this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt it, she just sprawled a little bit in front. And that was because she wasn't quite on her hocks enough around that corner.
Yeah.
And then again to the double. You had a lovely shot in. You are getting that idea of just keeping coming and not interfering. It's really good.
Okay.
But then when she jumped in, you just needed to sit up with your body a little bit and help her to get on her hind legs to jump the vertical coming out. She jumped out a little bit that way.
Yeah, I can do that. I overfold and I don't sit up enough. So
Okay.
Definitely. I do.
So I think I said it to Em when we were jumping the bounces earlier. If you need to remind yourself not to get too forward, say to yourself, I'm going to get a little bit left behind off the ground. So it makes you sit here and it makes your horse jump up to you rather than you wrestling down to the floor, which doesn't help its cause.
We may have had a fall at BS the other day doing something a little bit nice.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, what did you do?
I came in and she just decided to chip one in, and of course I was already going, thinking we were gone, so I was far too much forward, and she cleared the fence, but she just put me right up, and air came between me and the saddle, and we landed the fence clear, but both separated.
Okay. Not funny. It's quite a long way down.
It is quite a long way, yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny. Should we go and do that one more time?
Yeah.
Shall I put a few things up a bit?
Found it.
Why not? So, what does that look like compared to going out jumping, or if you could go and have school at home or anything? Where are we now? Are we well within your comfort zone? Are we getting towards your eek zone?
I'd say probably my comfort zone, but I do notice myself I can change, and I know that they've gone up. I've got to remember, I need to ride it how to rid of my last round.
Yes.
And not change anything, whereas I do know that I can. When they start to go up a bit, that's when I can then interfere even more than what I can. So I'm not going to do that today.
Okay, you're doing a good job of not interfering at the moment.
I'm trying.
So, yes. So, I think we'll go the same way, and again, I'm not a course builder, but I couldn't think of anything I'd less rather do. And so, I would find it very difficult to find 3 or 4 different ways around the same fences, but actually, you can go and practice what you did last time. I think if you move the fences, talking to the people on the side now, if you move the fences and you have a different course, then you have a different problem, then you set up a whole new load of problems, and you never actually get to work through the initial thing. So as much as sometimes I feel, oh gosh, this is a bit repetitive, I feel like it needs to be sometimes. Right, go pick your canter up. We've made you a nice square oxer out of this corner. At least it'll be a vicious horse builder. So you need to use your corner and make sure she's balanced. Well done. That's it, be a friend. Addie, just jump the green upright a minute. It's a bit unfair to send her straight for a related distance when she's not done anything for 10 minutes. So you have to come towards us, sorry. And I think you're doing the right thing. You're putting your leg on. She's saying go away and leave me alone. You're not making a fuss of it, but you just say, come on, this is for your own good. Good one. Keep your leg on, keep your leg on. Well done, very good. That would have been a time when you'd quite like to take your leg off, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Good. That's a strong canter, it's good. Now support her through the front end as well, so you've got connection. Connect. Okay, well done. Corner, corner. Okay, that made it easy for her. Now shoulder rein, put it back on her hops. Take a Stay up. Very good. Now she'll be ready for the back on her hops, but continue to travel. Stay behind that wall. Leg, have to press out. Oh, very good. Very good, well done you. Okay. So here, I have that fence down because I said to you, get a little bit left behind off the ground, and you did. And so her balance off the ground was so much better, her front end was great, and she sort of surprised herself, and so her back end didn't really come off the floor. But that was a mistake for the right reasons, and you did the right thing, it just surprised her. And then you got here, and gave her a little bit of space in front of the fence, and she made a proper jump there. You jumped it really, really well. Good girl. And that, then we go right back to that work at the beginning, when we were closing the canter down, which she wasn't quite understanding. That's the homework that needs to come in.
Yeah.
So when you've made a monster jump here and landed quite a little bit on her forehand because she's made a good job there, she needs to understand that question from you. Okay, now get back on your hops, get ready for the next fence. Because especially if you live close to an indoor, well not close, but sort of drivable distance to an indoor school, we are losing the ability to think quick because we ride in such enormous arenas, those huge outdoor arenas. You come and jump a fox hunt, you're in here, you have to have your brains on fire. Because unless you react quickly, things would go wrong. And so for me, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant winter training for the event riders to come and jump something in here that really makes you think. We've still got Badgeworth up my way, which is smaller than this, but just brilliant, because if you can jump 1.20 metre round at Badgeworth, your brain is working, undoubtedly. People?
The only thing was whether I could do that line down there once more.
From the yellow to this?
Yellow to that.
Yeah.
Just to sort of reinstill what I just did and do it again, and hopefully she's learned from it to
Okay.
jump in the back end.
Yeah, I think she learned from it straight away.
Well, yeah.
Here, she went, oh, I know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
I need to use my back end better because I just had a front rail behind, and so I need to work better behind. So yes, she got it, but there's no reason why you can't go down there again and just get that in your brain.
Yeah.
I think you've got to jump green vertical
If
first
I do
again.
the green, go right, and then come down to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Good, so to start off in the best canter you can. For me, that's got a little bit flat, just where you've been stood still, so I wouldn't come to the fence yet, with me standing boldly in the way. Just bring those withers up. That's it, so you start off as you mean to go on. Oh, good, good, good. See, she's a horse and she doesn't know that it's better for her to be better balanced. She's got no idea. All she knows is the outcome. So we have to make sure that we tell her, well done, you're working a bit harder there, aren't you? Keep those shoulders up, yours and hers. Contact. Connection. Good girl, good girl, good girl. That was an easier spot to go from for her. She was a bit deeper last time, wasn't she? Because she didn't have the momentum of having jumped 5 or 6 fences before. But you kept that connection all the way, didn't you? You can see your brain going, I really need to keep this. I think to go back to the question of do you see or do you feel, there in that last couple of strides, when you start to think, I'm a bit further off this than I was before, then you can put your leg around a little bit harder and just squeeze that little bit more ping off the ground from her. If you drop your hand, then you'll just send it flat and have the front rail anyway. Yeah. But if you just keep that connection and keep that bouncy ball, I think she would have made a better jump again.
Yeah, okay.
but actually, she made a good enough jump.
Yeah.
And you were good. Seizing up, no, I'll drop the reins, very good. So, this morning, go home the canter transitions, in and out of the small canter. Don't stay in the small canter for too long, because it's too difficult. And you don't want to train her to drop out. You have to train her to keep going. So,
And it will get longer over time.
Yeah.
She gets better at it.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. If you start off, you can do 3 strides, then you can do 5, then you can do 10. Any more than that would be silly, and you put too much pressure on their hocks. But yes, she needs to recognise that, and she needs to recognise it from your body. So your hand is there, and it's there to support, and it's there to interrupt if it needs to, but it's not there to interrupt for no reason. Yeah. And then keep doing what you're doing to a fence because it's great. Oxers, a little bit of width. Get her to feel that she's got to get up in the air, she's got to use her back, and she's got to stay there. And then that back end will get better. That's the way she jumps. She's a little bit crampy behind. I don't think if you were Ben Mayer, I don't think you'd change that, because that's just her natural way of going. But if we could get down some lines and have the oxus wider, then she would learn to be a bit more conscious of what it's doing. And I think she's got a conscience, hasn't she? She's a careful little horse. So then we might improve the way she uses her back end. We won't change it, but we can improve it.
How wide would you go on fences?
As wide as I dare. Yeah.
Would you keep them quite low?
Yeah, low and wide is much more useful, that's bad English, than high and narrow. Anybody can cast down to big, that's cool. Sometimes jump and sometimes do. People get nervous at back rails, don't they? Because it's a bit more jump. And it just makes them use that bascule, it makes them use their back, it makes them use their abdominal muscles, which is why we had Susie going down those bounces earlier. So then it improves the jump. And yes, don't be silly, because you don't want one to tip up. So probably your big width of your oxers, if you've gone down that distance 5 or 6 times, and I absolutely know, which I do, that you're going to get that distance, then I'd be brave and pull the oxer out. With Ben, you could put one in the middle of here and make it as wide as you dare, and you'd find a good shot to it and you'd always jump it, and you'd be on something bionic, so it wouldn't matter. But yeah, if you put them where the chance of a mistake is at its least. Yeah, good. Okay, we're ready to roll for the afternoon. So Maisie, just come over here a minute. So, obviously you've seen Maisie and you've seen Nemo already doing their thing on the flat this morning. So we're going to give them a jump now, and he's going to a 90 this weekend. Where's that? Okay, so that'll be nice, galloping down the hills on a pretty good baby horse. And I think, again, I'm a harp on a bit like an old so-and-so, but I think we ride on arenas all the time, and I think the event horses get the better of it because they actually get to get out on grass and go and do some cantering, and that would be a massive thing with him, wouldn't it, keeping his balance down the hill. So my school's on a slope at home, and I used to curse it a lot because you'd start off your first canter down the hill on a 3-year-old was not funny. You get 3/4 of the way down the school and think, I can't steer and I can't stop, and the fence is coming, and it's quite scary. But actually, my horses learned to go up and down a slope. It wasn't a massive slope, but you can definitely feel it. And they learned to go up and down to unlevel dressage arena, never bothered me ever. But I think we need to make sure that we keep those skills in the riding and in the riding of the young people. I know a lot of my jumping children, they've hardly jumped on a field. They ride on a surface as flat as this with perfect going all the time. And all of a sudden, if you've got some ambitious child that can then end up in the main ring at Hickstead, even though it's beautiful in there nowadays, it's still grass. And it's quite a slope on that main ring, so they need to know how to ride up and down the slope. And I think with us as coaches, I think that's our job, to get them out there and make them do it, and get them to realise that they can do it. If you come around the corner, cut the corner off and be this angle to the wall and just leg heel down the wall, facing with his nose not into the wall, give him space so he doesn't bang his head. But just sort of 45-degree-ish angle, push his tail towards me a little bit more, and keep his body straight, a little bit more angle, Maisie. When you're working in the jumpers, at a show in the collecting rings, which are just hateful places, and you can't go anywhere, you can actually ride a little bit of this leg yield and loosen those hind legs without getting shouted at by too many people. You'll probably get shouted at by a few. So take his quarters off the wall a bit more, Maisie. Keep his neck straight. You'll want to pull on your right rein, and you're not allowed. Keep his neck straight. Put your right leg back a little bit and bring those quarters in towards me. Slow down a bit with your left rein. So nose to the wall, just on that angle. That's it. Nose to the wall, quarters to me. You know, so that's tricky. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, let him straighten up and give him a pat. Jolly good. Okay, now just give him a moment to settle and let his neck settle. Oh, so that's much easier. That stupid little thing on the centre line. Good, that was easy. Good, come again, Maisie. Yeah. Good. And he's got that nice bit of just drawing Maisie to the fence, which is really nice to see. That's what we want. So, left leg's going to support him through that turn. Stay tall in your shoulders. Okay, it wasn't quite so good in front then, and that was because he wasn't quite so balanced on that turn. Shoulders back a bit, help him round this corner, support him and help him. Okay. Hey? You were, but you were a better corner, weren't you? I'm going to put it up to again. Let's come left again, why not? Look for a straight line. Good boy. Set that canter as balanced as you can. It's lovely and level. It was lovely and level. And then it fell apart. But that's okay, it's baby horse. Keep your legs around him and keep hold of him and help him. That will make it 5 times easy. Right, okay, now come again, just sit on your seat bones a bit, coming down here, take a bit of a half or a big bit of a half hold and sit him on his hocks so you're not having to battle with him off that corner. Look at your fence, that's it, keep your canter as level as you can. Good boy. That's too easy, isn't it? Okay, and just have a look where your green fence is. Think you're smoothing that?
We'll find out.
Who knows? Get him to focus on the fence off the corner, think what his eyes are doing. Okay, just change leg. Have a circle at the bottom there. You could go and jump your yellow or black fence, and then come back to your green fence. Get him balanced a bit further away, and then allow your canter to come a bit more forward, actually. Okay, so make sure he's balanced now, and then keep your leg around him, and allow him to come forward to the fence. Oh, she said that's really scary, that black figure. That's 2 horses that thought he's terrifying now. Be warned, anybody who comes here. Okay, and just change leg and come to both of those fences again. He's telling you a bit, isn't he now? Shoulders up, where are you going? Allow him to canter. That's a good boy. Okay, good boy. He's having a poo, he's a bloke, he can't do 2 things at once. Sit on your backside and balance it. Come off the turn. Okay, just have a little walk a minute. So here's something that I end up doing a lot, like a whole lot. If you stand where you want to take off, and you turn around and look and see where come from. The line to this fence goes right to the corner of the school, and it's something I know about Maisie a lot, because she's great at just swinging around the corner and not taking any more time than she has to, because she's brilliant cross-country rider. But I want you to go up there and give your horse a bit more chance, okay? You're getting a little bit balanced on his hocks, so he's not turning you around, and then give him a little bit more time to move the question both times, okay? Down the bottom and at the top. So you're going to swing a few fences together a minute. Okay, do not let him break. Keep those legs around and look, 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 look. Okay, for me that was a better line, much better line. Now sit on your backside a bit and balance him. Watch he doesn't spook you, Maisie. Leg around it. Okay, you will go. Okay, so Maisie did a good job then of getting the young horse in through that double. She was expecting him to spook. Probably spooked a little bit less than you thought he was going to, didn't he, at the end, actually? But then, exactly the same as Emily this morning, if you've had to really move in over a spread fence going in, then you've got to sit up in the middle, because you couldn't get his front end off the floor quick enough. Girls, now sit up. Okay, so much better. So much better in the middle, and he made so much better job then. Put it in one mode, you see it the way we see it. If you put it in the other mode, you see the same colours through the horse's eyes, and it's amazing how reds and greens, they just sort of mould into the ground below them. They really struggle to see them. This, however, is luminous. Whoa, it just shines in their face. I remember back in the day, they always used to say that, you know, if somebody painted a cross-country fence white, to just watch out. And they had some white rails going into the lake at Babington. They caused a lot of trouble, apart from the fact that they were bouncing rails going into the lake at Babington, so, you know, it wasn't very easy. But on the other hand, it was wise. It was all coming around the corner and doing that. That's unusual. Boy. So, balance it now, so that you can ride forward or allow him to go forward as you go underneath the clock here. I've got it again. Good girl, good girl. Now left leg on, support him with your reins, turn your head. That's an easy shot for him, lovely. Good boy. Now stay tall, bring your shoulders back, let that leg down, put him on his hop so he can turn this corner. Support him, support him. We's off now. Good boy. Elbow. Left leg, support with your rein, look with your eyes. Okay? That's why you need to practice in your schools. Look around, look around. Maisie, good event rider that she is. Never mind, I'm trotting, I'm going to keep going anyway. Okay, and come and jump this double. Get him back on what he's doing. Okay, jumping out was very easy, wasn't it? So, are you being really towed today?
Sorry?
Are you being really towed? Yeah, I thought you were. So, that's what I was saying earlier about when you've got horses that are strong in the hand, you end up riding backwards if you're not careful, not you, but everybody, because you daren't loose them out because you know you can't hold one side of them. We're going to go and try and do that once more, and then I think Ian's will be done, won't he? Let him have a little walk a minute. Good boy. He said he quite likes that one, gives him a bit more time. So, put your eye on that fence already. Don't take your eye off it, not for 1 second. Aha. job. Ah, 4 is not an option. Absolutely not, okay? Deep one in here. Oh, not too bad. Good, good, good. Now right the corner. Look where you're going. Good girl. Good girl, lovely. Now just set him back on his hocks again because he thinks he's going cross country again now. Well done. Eye on your fence all the way. Yeah, good girl. Ooh. Yeah, good girl. Very, very good. That's a brain working now. Super. Very good. Try not to crawl into this double. So sitting balanced and then you allow yourself to keep cantering here. And then sit up in the middle. Good job.
Oh, lovely.
Very good job. Well done, Maisie. Okay, just let him trot down a minute. Good. Could you see then Maisie's brain begin to click in and work much quicker? These sort of distance problems here, which is what you get indoors because you haven't got room to do anything else. It's just so good for the training of the rider's brain, and she's good. So if we can get that brain working quicker and harder, it should be better.
Time to go home. Good girl. Shall I get you a little treat? You know I've got a treat, and I'll get you some water for you. But yeah, what a good day. Really, really enjoyed that. As I say, just something completely different, but I'm actually really glad that I stayed and watched the next couple that were in. Lovely couple of horses. Are you thirsty? No. Come on then. No. It's going if you don't. It's going. Yeah. But as I was just speaking with Lisa, like, all the horses were so different, but it's so nice just to see sort of the fundamentals all stay the same regardless of those horses, and things that I can take away, I can work on. And yeah, always love a bit of homework. Those habits that I've got definitely still are there and creep in, but I definitely think they're getting less. I definitely think our canter is getting stronger with the work that we're doing, and yeah, and I thought it was really, really good. Really, really enjoyed it. Was very sweet. Lisa's got us a little card, like a little thank you card, some chocolates and a bottle of wine, which is very, very sweet. No pun intended there with the chocolate, but yeah, what a good day. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you guys have too. I did ask permission for Maisie if I could record. I couldn't record the next session because I hadn't asked permission, so I didn't want to do it, but in Maisie's session I just thought it was, yeah, just interesting. I love watching and learning different lessons. I find it so valuable, and yeah, really glad that I stayed. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that it's obviously not, I know it's my channel and it's me and Addie, but I hope, yeah, it was only a few little snippets, so hopefully you found that interesting as well. But as I say, it's still the same fundamentals regardless of the horse. So yeah, we are going to get our way home. I think I will end the vlog here. Very nice that we're only about just over an hour, so it's nice. But I will see you in the next video, which I'm very much hoping, well no, I'm fairly confident that we will be heading to Chard on Saturday for eventing. So yeah, we will be up there. There is rain in the forecast, like we've had a little bit this morning, and they've had it up here as well, which is nice to know. And I think there is more over the next couple of days as well, so fingers crossed that should help the rain. I actually think it could be that we might be eventing in the rain as well. When I had a look at Chard earlier this morning, it was raining in Chard, so on Saturday, but there's still time. It's only Wednesday, so there's still time for that to change. So yeah, get learning our dressage test. She's had a really good jump today, so that's really good. But yeah, looking forward to getting eventing, especially after we withdrew. Was that our last weekend? Yeah, last weekend just gone. We were going to go up to Solihull, but yeah, we decided to withdraw. So yeah, fingers crossed for a fab day at Chard on Saturday. So I will see you in that video. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and if something like this does interest you, of going in and spectating and watching things like this, as I say, make sure that you've screenshotted some part of the vlog, share it, tag British Horse. I'll put their Instagram handle on here, as I will probably have done earlier in this video as well. But yeah, do, because Lisa is looking to make more of these events happen across the UK, but also down here a little bit more in the southwest. So if you're a southwest rider as well, yeah, do share so that they know that you guys are eager and keen. But as I say, thank you very much to being invited. Yeah, really good day. Really enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.